Yo, TJ After Work here with a quick little video, a tier list on how likely you are to be helped as a support player by different players. Obviously, this is just from my experience as a console solo queue player. Obviously, there might be somebody out there who plays or mains a character who would actually peel, would actually help. This is just from my experience or whatever. So the goated level here is for someone who's not only would peel reliably, but will also save you. The next level will peel. You know, they will peel, but like they may not be able to successfully save you. So right off the bat, like all support players in that category. And I think this one has this one had Lord icons. I'm gonna say Cloak and Dagger for a second. Glad I got a lot to say about that one. Well, I'm hesitating with Loki here because I have some experiences with Loki. Yeah, they would peel. Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes Jeff does shark players, man. Sometimes y'all doing your own thing. And also, I should specify that it's not every character's role to like peel, right? There's certain players that are certain characters that it is their responsibility to peel. But you know, this is just my opinion. This is just a lighthearted little activity here. So I'm not trying to say that everybody's equally required to peel. I'm just saying, like, you know, when you're there, you see your support needs some help. Like, are you helping or not? You know, like it might not be your role, and you know, you might be like. So anyway, but in my experience, all these supports, like your fellow support player has your back. They see you being dive, you got to be in dove at the same time. You got to be pressured at the same time. You guys are healing each other. You're trying to keep each other alive. Jeff is all over the map, doing their own thing most of the time. They will help, but they also might not. So Cloak and Dagger. Okay, so some Cloak and Dagger players, some Cloak and Dagger mains are super DPS focused. So I'm gonna use the dagger one or the cloak icon for that, right? They're super DPS focused. So they will definitely peel. But they might not. So I'm gonna put for like the more the more controversial style of play of like being too super cloak heavy. They may help you, they may not. The daggers, like people who actually play strategist, Cloak and Dagger, and is intending to be a strategist, they will definitely peel. But I think there are some Cloak and Dagger players who have that perfect balance of knowing when to support, when to switch to cloak. They have a lot of utility that can keep you alive if you're healing with them, if you're Invisible Woman healing with them, if you're Loki, if you're Mantis, like they can use freaking phasing, they can use their bubble, phasing as in cloak. They switch to cloak and you guys can fade, keep you alive. So they may be like, so like it just depends on who you get, you know, it's luck of the draw. But for now, I'm gonna leave it like this, where that you could theoretically survive, but I'm gonna leave it like this for now. Oh, I forgot a healer. Ultron might help, might not, but also unlikely to help. Obviously, there are some Ultrons who will definitely have their eye on the back line and to help out, but a lot of them are focused on the front lines or the enemy back line. They're not looking at their own back line. They're up in the sky shooting at people. So they're unlikely to help, actually, in my experience. Maybe I just have really bad matches. I don't know. Obviously, the goated tank that is always going to protect you and always going to peel for you is the thing. He just, one of his cooldowns, he just press that button and he hops in. He has your back. He's giving you that damage reduction when he pops that cooldown and he jumps up to you. He keeps you alive. The thing is goated. Hulk players, if they're a really good Hulk player, they will peel for you and you will survive reliably. They got the bubble. They're big, intimidating. They can literally just jump and be right next to you and have your back and stun lock the person who's attacking you. They can definitely peel and keep you alive. But a lot of time with Hulk players, they're on the opposite back line and sometimes they don't peel. So I'm gonna put them down to the, in my experience, right? I'm gonna put them here in the wheel peel category with the supports. All right, so we did the Hulk, so let's go Magneto. Magneto is goated, will peel, you will survive. Strange will peel, but you may not survive. Thor might help, might not. That might be controversial, but let me explain. In my experience, Thors are really on the enemy's back line, attacking their support. They're preoccupied doing what like in my mind, right, like when I'm categorizing these different heroes, I'm thinking, like, I'm imagining myself playing support as a support main, obviously, because that's what I am. But I'm also imagining that it's either like a Hulk or a Thor beating the shit out of me. So it's unlikely that my Thor, if I have a Thor, is going to come back and help me because he's probably beating the shit out of the other supports, right? Which is probably might be for the best that they're doing that. Obviously, pressuring healers is a very good tactic. Similar for Emma Frost, but also sometimes they do peel, but also sometimes they don't. I'm gonna put them here. And this is not actually in order. I should actually put these in actual order, right? Actual order. This is actual order in my experience. That will definitely peel. Actually, Rocket will probably just run away most of the time. Yeah, this is probably more accurate. All right, continuing to tanks. Groot. He will peel sometimes. Yeah, I think Groots go in the wheel peel category. Venoms. Actually, I'm being too nice. I need to stop being too nice. Venoms are in the wear my heels category. They are on the enemy's back line. They don't know what the fuck is going on in their own back line. They don't give a shit about what's going on in their background. And they don't give a shit what's going on in their own back line. They're in the enemy's back line. They're doing damage. They're popping their cooldown to stay alive. They don't even think about their own healers until they're cool. They don't get their cooldowns right, or they run out of cooldown and they're low health and they don't have it again. And they can't fucking use their fucking shield generating ability. So yeah, they're like, where's my heals? I've been attacked by so many fucking Venom players on my team asking me where's their heals, being so fucking confused. Really frustrating. Captain America, similar. On average, I've had a lot of Captain America players that have been really good at peeling and helping. They should be in the GOATS area because they have the maneuverability to be that super helpful and that GOATed when it comes to the ability to peel. But so many Captain America players are just feeding, and they're in their enemy back line. They don't know what the fuck's going on, so they're in the where's my heals category. They have no idea what the fuck's going on with their own healers, and they're complaining about where's their heals at. Penny will peel because she's near the back line usually. She's set up. You may survive, you may not. It just depends on the maneuverability of the person attacking you and whether or not Penny has her fucking web on cooldown or not. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So let's do DPS. Okay. Is there any goated DPS that always fucking peels to help? There is one, actually. There is actually one. You probably already know who it is. I think we all know. Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic is goated. Mr. Fantastic players are goated. We're peeling. They have it on fucking cooldown. They press that button. They jump right up to you and belly bump the fucking person attacking you. They're goated. They will peel. You will survive. Hawkeyes, they might help you. They might not. On console, Black Widows are just, in my experience, Black Widows are just not helpful. They're just, even if they are trying to help you on PS5, they just, on console, like on Xbox, on PS5, I'm just not seeing the accuracy. Maybe on PC is different, but in my experience in competitive, they can be trying to help you and they might actually kill the person who's diving you after the person who dives you is finished diving you. After you're dead, you might see that your Black Widow finally does kill the person who killed you. So even if they're trying to help, they're just unlikely to be successful. Iron Fist, where's my heals? That's what they're saying. They're saying that to you. A really good Iron Fist probably doesn't rely on their own healers. They might need to be healed every once in a while, but they'll probably mobile, going around using their counter to get regenerate health, and they have the ways to do that with their own cooldowns, and they'll go get a health pack. Some of them might every once in a while get in a bind that needs some help, obviously, but they're bouncing around, and if something's going wrong where they're not getting the picks that they expect to be getting, or you're being dived too much, they're asking you where's my heals. And if they're toxic, they're probably saying you're trash, and they're probably blaming shit on you. Yeah, in my experience anyway. I probably need to stop saying that. Namor will peel. Namor's on the back line anyway most of the time. He's the great dive counter. I'm putting him up higher actually. Actually no, you know what? He's at the bottom of goated, because you will survive. His turns are very helpful on keeping the back line alive. Yeah, that's where they're going. Magic, where's my heals? They're not helping you. Where's my heals? They have no idea what the fuck's going on. Yeah. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and put all the dive there. Black Panther. they're also asking you where their heals. They have no idea. Psylocke, same deal. I can actually put this in order. So farther right is more likely to suck, right? Farther to the left is better. So Black Panther, in my experience, is better than than a Psylocke. In my experience, Spider-Man. Yeah, they're all in. They have no idea where the fuck what's going on with their own backlines. Wolverine, he's also dive, but Wolverines might actually help. Wolverines might actually help you. In my experience, actually, she's unlikely to help. And Scarlet Witch is one of my favorite DPSs. I love playing Scarlet Witch, but they're just unlikely to help. They're picking flyers. Sometimes they do try to help, but they're just, in my experience, they haven't saved. I don't think I've ever been saved by Scarlet Witch unless she's like ulting at the right time. If she's ulting at the right time, she might save you. I'll put her in my help. But yeah, anyway. Let's do Hela. Hela might help, might not. I'll put her higher up and might help, might not. She's such a beast though. She's so strong. But she's not actually gonna move closer to like help like physically be next to you as you're being like hurt, right? They're not actually gonna relocate to save you. They're just gonna do the best they can, throwing their damage, at distance, which is what they probably should be doing. And they might save you with that, but they also might not, because you might need someone literally next to you to like be an extra target, so they can, so as a healer you won't be the center of attention by the person diving you. But they might also pick the person like really quickly, right? But again, if they miss or something goes wrong, then you're dead. So I'll put them in might help, might not. Even if they are looking at their healers, they are trying to support their healers and trying to help their strategist make sure their strategist survives, they might just fuck up, right? And I guess that's true for everybody. But it's, in my experience, it's like more likely than not that they might mess up. Similar for Punisher. I wish I had Punisher on his turret, because when the Punisher is on his fucking turret, like, he is only focusing on damage. He's not paying attention to his backline. There's so many times where I've seen Punishers just die because somebody's right behind them, just attacking them as they're fucking blasting away on their turret. So they're not even paying attention to their own health. They're definitely not paying attention to their own support, right? They're too focused. Star-Lord might help, might not. They're flying around, they're doing their dodge flips, and they're shooting. They might help you, they might not. Moon Knight is unlikely to help. They're more likely to help than these two, though. They're throwing their onks. They're trying to get that damage bouncing off their onks. They're doing their random bullshit go, but they're not. They're unlikely to help you unless you just happen to be where they're spamming their attacks. Bucky will pill. They will. I've seen Bucky's. I'm way less concerned about my safety if I have a Bucky over like over any of these people at the bottom. Like, if I have a Bucky, they're with their team. They have some maneuverability, but they don't have too much where they're just like all over the map. So they will try to pill to help you, in my experience. Squirrel Girl, I'm gonna put them right in the middle of might help, might not, because they're just gonna be spamming their fucking attacks. So they might notice that you're being dived, and if they are, they might start spamming their attacks in that direction, and it might be helpful. Or they might already be spamming in the direction where you're being attacked at. So like, Like if they happen to be at an off angle spamming their attacks and you happen to be dived and they're fucking nuts bouncing that direction, you might be saved. They're fucking random as shit in my experience. Like so many freaking highlights of a Squirrel Girl just sitting far away, just shooting in a general direction, just getting lucky. Like, so it's like they're like the agent of chaos. They're pure chaos of just firing and just getting a kill for no fucking reason. My Squirrel Girl hate is showing. She just kills me all the time. Half the time she doesn't even know I'm there, and she's fucking killing me from the other side of the map. It's so, in her freaking, don't even get me started on her fucking ult. Oh my god. Johnny Storm is unlikely to help. Storm is unlikely to help. Iron Man, believe it or not, is also asking where's my heals. I don't know why. I have no idea why. But because they can literally just turn on their speed and fly away, but they don't, and they haven't. Like in my experience, if I'm getting, like, if someone's shooting me out about like lacking of healing, it's usually an Iron Man. Believe it or not. But yeah, this is the that's the tier list right here. This is, in my opinion, this is it. Like, in my opinion, this is who is going to support their supports. Like, we have the goated people who support their supports, who will save their strategists, who will always peel for their strategists. The goated strategist savers, Thing, Magneto, Mr. Fantastic, Namor, they will fucking save their strategists. They are goated at protecting the heals. They will protect the back line. Unlikely to help. These people are just doing their own thing, especially freaking Black Widow. They, on console, they're just so trash. And then these people here are the ones who are upset at you for not healing enough, even though you're trying your fucking best, but they just don't know what the fuck's going on. They have no game sense, or very little game sense. Again, I'm not trying to flame you. If your main is not where you want them to be, that's fine. You may play better than the other players who use the same character as you. I'm not saying this is indicative of every single person who plays these characters. I'm just saying, on average, when you're solo queuing randoms, this has been my experience. And, you know, so this is just my opinion. I don't mean any disrespect to anyone. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to kind of talk about. I just thought it'd be a fun way to kind of talk about the state of healing in competitive. Yeah, thanks for watching.